Hi everybody, I'm Peter Thomas Fornatale. Welcome back to the Twin Spires Triple Crown vidcast. Here this week to have a look at the Preakness from Pimlico. One of the key events of this race happens right away. Check out number 11. This is your Derby winner, Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom broke well in the Derby and got a nice spot with a lot of cover. Here, just for a second, you see him, he breaks kind of sideways. His spot is taken by the horse on his inside. He ends up well back off the pace. You see the way he's carrying his head here, getting dirt kicked in his face. He doesn't have that cover he had in the Derby, and as a result, he ends up at the back of the pack about 18 lengths off this early pace. Now, the winner here is Shackelford, and Shackelford is right up just off this sprinty opening half mile set by Flashpoint. And a lot of people have really marked up Shackelford for how close he was to this early pace, because the first couple of quarters in here are indeed extremely fast. We're talking about 22 and change and 46 and 4 for the opening half mile in here. However, an interesting thing happens right about this point in this race, I'd say, where Flashpoint's going to get tired, Shackelford's going to take over, and a lot of the expected runs that might have occurred to really make Shackelford's life difficult don't really happen. And for the second half mile in here, Shackelford, to some degree, at least in terms of this being a Triple Crown race, we see him taking over right about here, puts the field a bit to sleep. He cuts out a second and third quarter that are more like 25 seconds each. And this is going to make the job of Animal Kingdom, who you're about to see continue this pretty impressive rally way from the back of the pack. His chances were definitely compromised by that half mile. And just for a second here in the stretch, I thought live he was going to wear Shackelford down. And Shackelford extremely game in victory here. And I'm not going to mark him down for this, but I am going to say it was an honest effort off an honest pace when you take everything into consideration. And that Animal Kingdom, who broke slowly, had those internal fractions going against him, may have even run the better race. Certainly it appeared to me, if there was a little more ground in the Preakness, that Animal Kingdom would have gotten there. Though you see here on the gallop out, Shackelford still looking strong. That is a data point in his favor. Now, so often with horse racing, we have to have these academic arguments about who's better, etc., etc. It looks like we may get a bit lucky, and I'm crossing my fingers as I say this, and have both Shackelford and Animal Kingdom come back in the Belmont Stakes. Obviously, the circumstances are different. If Animal Kingdom should happen to prevail there, it doesn't mean he was actually best on this day, though it would certainly suggest that my theory of this race is the correct one. But I'm just really looking forward to hopefully sitting out there at Belmont, being able to bet via Twin Spires Mobile on my man, Animal Kingdom, who I think is a pretty special horse. And I think Shackelford also is a very honest and good horse who, when you look back at his effort in the Derby, may have been compromised by the fact that if you look at the data from my friends at www.racingflow.com, that was a day that was very much tilted in favor of the closers. And despite the sort of famously tepid for a Derby pace, I think you can go back and maybe upgrade Shackelford a little bit there, just because he was running against quite possibly the grain of a serious bias. So I think we have a couple of nice 3-year-olds here, and some people have crabbed the quality of the class, and I don't see it that way at all. I'm really curious to see what these guys do. I think it's too early to cold water the whole group. We could have some potential really fun and exciting horses to follow for the rest of the year. I'll be back next week. Until then, for TwinSpires.com, I'm Peter Thomas Fornatale.